vocals and stuff. But when I kind of became the front man and took that over and started my own thing, it was August 6th, 2016. So we're just over 2 years really into this journey.
Well, you know, Jesse, I've got to let you know that I've seen a few of your videos, and courtesy of good friends of ours like Rod Henson, for instance, who is a big fan of Galaxy, and we're big fans of his as well, and have been watching you perform for a little while now, and got to ask you, just quietly, and let's set the scene here. The crowd's there, you're at the venue, the band's on stage, lights, everything, the ambience is happening. Do you get the butterflies before you go on stage?
No, I get excited. I get a rush, you know. For me, it's just that energy and that connection. For me, it's almost like a dog on a leash. You can't wait for him to unclip me and let me go.
You know, I can fully relate to that. I really can. But I've got to be honest with you. I'm comfortable in front of maybe 1,000 to 110,000, whatever. But put me in a room full of, say, 70 old age people like happened to me not so long ago. Believe me, the derriere was tight.
Yeah.
So believe me, big crowds, no worries. Small crowds, well, I got to think about that one. I really do. Now, you were raised on a farm in Lyndon, Washington. Now, do you still have connections there?
I do. I go back and forth from British Columbia and Washington State, regularly. Spend most of my time up in BC. But, I do come back and forth a lot. And for me, the music-wise, really the BC, the Country Music Association, like Curtis and Linda and all of them, fantastic people, and they really, when I, wanted to get going and starting in this, they really just threw their arms out and just helped show me, kind of guide me through, hook me with the right people, and it's just a great group of people. I tell you, man, I'm really glad to be associated with them, and they work hard, and they really are for the better of others. It's awesome.
You know, I'm a big fan of the management of the British Country Music Association. We had Popey on not so long ago, actually, and he said to me, quite frankly, Grant, when we do the show this year, I'm going to be your roving reporter. I'm absolutely loving that idea. He's going to be doing a bit of Skyping live for us from there, and you never know, that might give us a little bit of unfettered access that we haven't had before, if you know what I mean. Linda, what can you say about Linda except just love the lady? She is so superb at what she does, don't you think?
Yeah, I met her because when I met her, she was just in the grind, working side by side with everybody. And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh man, it's like, whoa, like it's pretty impressive to see people who aren't only in a leadership role, but they'll roll up their sleeves and work their ass off. And she leads by example, for sure.
Absolutely, and much respect to her and of course to Curtis, and let's not forget about Rod Hanson as well, because without Rod, believe me, we've had a few doors slammed in our faces in the past, which has then opened up going, oh my God, we didn't know who you were. And I've got to be honest with you, with our listenership, we do sometimes just mention our name, and believe me, doors open up. Now, at the same time, you trip backwards and forwards across the state line, or country to country, if you know what I mean. Just got to ask you, do you get frequent flyer points for going past through customs?
Yeah, right. No, I don't. I wish I did. I wish I had like a coffee punch card.
Yeah, exactly. There's got to be a benefit here somewhere besides the good opportunity of playing music. I'm sure the government there must know you by now.
Oh, they do.
That's cool. That's very cool. Because I actually was asking Ben Cook just a few days ago because he released his new album with us, about heading off, of course, into places like Nashville and places like that. And how often would he, do a little trip across the border, and does he get a free coffee every time he goes past?
Yeah.
He says they want his hats.
Yeah.
He's a stunning young man. When was the last time you were at Nashville?
Probably about a year and a half ago.
Right.
I'm gonna be moving to Nashville here after the beginning of New Year's. But for me, and the route I've kind of gone was kind of going more into the Canadian market, just because I got such a big following and a fan base up there. I was getting the shows, and then working with people like Aaron Goodvin, who is my mentor, and he's mentoring me, and even like my songs that I have, a lot of them he's helped me through, like Werner Chapel Bros, like stuff like that. He's orchestrated so many things for me, and it's amazing. It's awesome to just see how much support, like I said, I can get from the Canada side. So for me to meet like all the requirements in CanCon and all that stuff, I do all my recordings and stuff in Canada. So for me, I kind of went that way right now until like Nashville. I haven't said anything yet, but I do have. We'll be in the studio this month working on some more new music. And I will be releasing a new single in October.
Well, you know what I'm going to say right now, don't you? How would you like to premiere it here with Galaxy 107 FM as well? We would love to be able to do a promotional thing for you and get that out to our listeners, currently about 5.5 million people online around the world. And believe me, we absolutely love you, especially we have you this week, I think, on the Indie Vision cab at Galaxy 107 FM with Vegas Baby. We're going to talk about that very, very shortly. Absolutely love that track. But at the same time, I want to talk about Present of All Presents. Now, fill me in. How did you come to the lyrics of that?
So, that song, here's how these songs work together. It kind of seems to be a snowball effect, right? Like I said, you got to remember, I've only been in this now for like 2 years. And writing music, starting to get, do my thing, getting into, you end up getting into co-writes with other guys, doing things, meeting guys, rubbing shoulders with guys, and I ran across some guys up in BC, Grant and Sly Valentine, and there's some producers and writers, and they said, hey, we got this track, and they had Vegas Baby. And they said, we would love to pitch it to you. I was just, green as can be, like, have even anybody put any faith in me like those guys did. Like, it's still humbling. It's amazing. It's helped me a lot. And go and you listen to it, it's like, man, that's awesome. Like, that's a great song. Like, it was just it was perfect. And we did the song, released it, and it just worked. And it was one of those where we just piggybacked, and then they just kind of were like, hey, dude, we have this original Christmas song. And we kind of went in together, worked on it, talked, tweaked, whatever, and then that's kind of how that became, and did that song. And it was pretty cool to have, an original Christmas song, because, like, a lot of people just cover the traditionals, right? But to have one that's like, like, you hear people talk about it, and it's like, oh, yeah, that's my song. It's pretty cool.
Well, I got to admit to you, we have added it to our Christmas list of special music that we play here as well. So believe me, we've added you to, and we play about 16 hours of country music. 16 hours of country music on a Sunday, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, all the way through until midnight, and we get a huge following Jesse Allen Harris. I really, really have to admit that to you, because we get so many emails wanting to know more, wanting to know about your song, what you're doing, how you're doing it, all the sort of things, right down to the songs themselves. Believe me, you're making a mark here at Galaxy 107 FM, and we have you in a number of other shows as well, including the breakfast show this morning. You were the feature artist, and we did play this, the presents of all presents, right here at Galaxy. Here's Jesse Allen Harris.
Waking up watching us today, Natalie Cook.
Natalie Cook?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, hold on. Hello Natalie, it's an absolute pleasure to have you along with us.
Yes.
You know, Jesse, are you comfortable there, my friend?
I am very comfortable, yeah.
Nice. We have an Olympian joining us, watching us on Facebook right now, Natalie Cook.
Oh, awesome.
She's literally, if she's not in the Kiwi Hall of Fame for sport, she should be.
Yeah, she's Australian.
I know, she's Australian. I'm having her on. We do have a little bit of fun with the Australians. See, that's the other island over from us in New Zealand here. And I'm sure Natalie will understand that.
We've got Rod Hanson too.
Rod's on...
And Linda Temple.
Oh, hey, guys.
Follows these guys.
Linda, I thought you were out, actually. We were supposed to be taping this for you, but it's a pleasure to have you with us. So, yeah, the president of the BCCMAs is watching.
No, she's just a fan. I'm not sure what Linda does. She's awesome. Loves these guys.
Good cover-up. Very well done. I see you've worked with Brett Eldridge.
No, he was at Rock and River Fest when I was up at Rock and River.
Right. I was
I opened on Thursday night when I opened for Kenny Hess and Joe Nichols. And then Brett Eldridge was on the next night.
Oh, right. And of course, Luke Combs and Eric Church and people like that. You've been in the room of the circle, really, haven't you?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to see how, like, where things have gone, like I said, in the last 2 years. And that's why, for me, I haven't just jumped up and ran to Nashville, is because the help and the support I've got from the people in the BCCMAs it's been amazing, and it's helping me get my feet under me and get traction, so when I get there, I'm ready.
Nice. Now, let's go back to the desk. I want to talk to you about a national anthem I saw. Have I got it right? You say the national anthem? No,
it's not beneath the tree. It's wrapped up in a blanket, lying next to me. Feels like I'm dreaming, 'cause I still can't believe the present of all presents, the present of all presents is lying next to me.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, going all the way over to Canada, British Columbia, talking to Jesse Allen Harris. Absolute pleasure. I think he's going to be a legend in the making for the very, very near future in country music. Pleasure to have you along, Jesse.
Thanks, sir. Pleasure to be with you guys.
You know, the last time somebody called me sir, it was because my kid was in trouble with the headmaster. My name is Grant. Call me Grant, my friend, really. And it is an absolute pleasure to have everybody on Facebook and live with us at the moment. That will be turned into, of course, YouTube, and we'll have that on our website in no time at all, and we'll be there until the dinosaurs come back, believe me. I want to ask you, Jesse, somewhere along the way, I think I saw you on a YouTube clip, it was a Facebook clip of you doing a national anthem.
Yeah, I did. I played at one of the demolition derbies where all the redneck boys, get the old cars and soup them up and run them into each other. I got to do the national anthems for the national derby, so I did both the Canadian national anthem and the American anthem as well.
Yeah,
and,
I kind of gathered you have a little thing for a bit of a smash 'em up car kind of thing, if you know what I mean. At the same time, I want to let you know, Barbara's son absolutely races cars, and he is a former New Zealand champion at that, to be quite honest with you. And there's a little lead up here of where we're going with this. Is we're going to ask you to come down here, down under at some stage, and maybe get a bit of fumes into your skin again, Kiwiana style, if you know what I mean, and take you for a few trips around the racecourse. Now, at the same time, her son had a friend of his sing the national anthem at one of their openings. Got to admit, sir, you did a hell of a job compared to what we've seen in the past.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And by the way, that's a dig at my good friend's son, if you know what I mean. Believe me, you do not want his friend singing anywhere, anytime soon. Yeah. The race club saved a few bucks on that guy, that's for sure. Anyway, at the same time, my friend, I want to ask you, are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? And when people get hold of you, do you respond?
Totally. So, yeah, on Facebook, you can find me, Jesse Allen Harris. If you go to Instagram, you can find me, Jesse Allen Harris. You go to my website, Jesse Allen Harris, YouTube, Jesse Allen Harris, Spotify, Jesse Allen Harris, iTunes, Pandora, all that stuff. It's all, I'm on social media, and the only thing is sometimes in travel, like I will always respond to a message. Sometimes it may, I can't have the 15-minute response times because we travel through the mountains sometimes, obviously, and gone through passes and stuff, and it may be 4 or 5 hours till I can respond. But yes, I definitely do. And unless it's something inappropriate or something like that, I respond to every single message.
Yeah, believe me, I got to be honest with you, I never do. I have people for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barbara's my people. She does that for me, to be quite honest with you. Simply, you know something, I don't even take my cell phone home. I leave it at the office, and, well, if you need to get hold of me, office hours will do, if you know what I mean. Sometimes people seem to think that you don't have a life, so you just got to be in contact all the time. So you have to switch off from time to time. But in your case, you see, that's the basis now of your database for your fan base, isn't it?
Right, it is, and I'm getting a great following, and it's just crazy. It's every day. I get more and more and more people, more streams on my music, more follows, more. It's awesome. Like I've been doing, I'm trying to set up a thing right now, which I'll be releasing hopefully pretty soon on to my social media, which would be a link where people can order merch from me. Kind of redoing a bunch of that stuff because I literally cannot keep my merch. If I buy, I can order 25 hats, I can order 50 hats, I can order 100 at a time, and they're gone.
Yeah, I fully understand that. And one of the questions, literally, I've got to let you know that before we do an interview, usually a day before we get on the microphone, unfortunately it was Monday, so we got on the microphone this morning and got our fans to email us a few questions, and one of them was, what's your website and how do we get hold of merch? Do you have a merch store? So could you very, very quickly give us your website so that we can direct that to the people listening right now? And I feel sorry for you because literally now with about 5.5, almost 6 million people, you're just going to get rich.
Well, you can find me at jesseallenharris.com. That's my website. Feel free, search it, send me a message. Get on my email fan club. I do giveaways. I give stuff away on my fan club. Tickets to shows, that are obviously depending upon where demographics are of where they're at, where I'm at. It may not even be a show I'm playing or attending. It may not even be a country show. It may be a rock and roll, maybe a pop show. Something I just do, to give away. So there is perks and benefits being on my email club and a part of my fan page and stuff like that.
Exactly. Now, while you said the magic word giveaways, now I'm going to hit you up right now. And believe me, I would love to be able to do something like this. And I know right now my producer's talking to me in my ear saying, go on, go ahead, ask him please, would you send us some of your finished CDs that you would like us to do a competition with? Maybe a bit of merch as well to be able to give away to our fans. They are just greedy. They love free stuff, if you know what I mean. And of course, it's always mandatory to have a client with a hook question so that they qualify for the product, if you know what I mean. So it's not just handing it out to anybody. They have to be fans of Jesse Allen Harris to qualify for this. Would you send us some merch if I got Barbara to get in touch with you?
100%. I will send you guys some stuff.
Nice. And I'll tell you what, if you're going to send us some swag as well, which we would be honoured to be able to wear, because we do subliminally, if you know what I mean, doing interviews, wearing somebody else's shirt, it's a promotion without saying a word. If you're going to do something like that, and you've got Barbara in mind, she's got big lungs.
Yeah.
And I'm little.
And Terry's little, she says. Me, I'm in the middle. I'm just sort of medium, if you know what I mean. So there's a rainbow of variety of choice there for you as well. But you mentioned hats. Now, talk to me about hats. I'm a big hat fan.
Yeah. So I have like a couple styles. I'm just doing basically like a mesh back trucker style, like the rounded bill, and then doing the flat bill with different color. My logos with the name like that I have for my running logo, and people love it.
Now, something like that maybe?
Yeah.
Yep. Now, this is a band coming out of British Columbia as well. I've got to be honest with you, absolutely stunning. But they're more a metal band, or, you know, a hard rock band, if you know what I mean. But in the meantime, we do, and I know you know this chappie as well.
Oh, I know Ben.
Yeah, him, and of course you know Beamer as well. We did a release for Ben just a few days ago, and of course we were talking to Beamer as well. And stunning artists. These are the kind of guys that I think, quite frankly, sir, that you're in the league with. And we're going to see you guys and follow you guys' careers for many years to come. I do feel, Jesse, that you are a legend in the making. Now, I want you to tell me all about this, because believe me, I'm very interested in One Hand in the Wind. Where did you come up with this?
So that was a song that was, so how those songs, so they kind of all tied together, so you got to kind of see how these fall together for Live Forever, One Hand in the Wind, and Too Hot for the Hot Tub, okay? So what happened with that, as you know, a lot of people know, I was in Las Vegas last October at that mass shooting, and, you know, it is what it.
Yeah, I really wasn't going to touch on that, but I'm pleased that you did do that, and I really would like you to give me your opinions of the whole incident, and believe me, tragic as it was, quite frankly, really, you've got to ask what goes through a person's head to do that, don't you think?
Sure, I mean, you know, it's one of those things where I've come to terms with it. You know, I'm not gonna, I can't understand it. I'll never understand it. We won't. It was as horrific as it was. I've seen some of the strongest people. I gained so much out of, you know, what I learned about life that day, what I learned about people, what people taught me. It's great. It was unreal, and that's why one thing, I don't know, some people are kind of catching on, and every time I sing my song Vegas Baby, I wear a Route 91 hat, baseball cap, and I will continue to do that for the rest of my career to dedicate that song to the Route 91 survivors in Vegas and to the ones that were lost. So basically, after that whole Vegas whatever thing, and I'm trying to get new music together, and I was working with Aaron Goodman and Live Forever. He had sent me some songs, because I was writing songs, but at that time I needed to come up with some music, and my mind just wasn't in the right spot, right? And so listening to some music and stuff, some demos that I had got, Live Forever really just struck that chord with me, you know? It was just one of those where you hear it, and it was like, you know, wow, that's that's a good song. There's something there. There's something to that. And I kind of gleaned a lot off of that song and did that song to help, pull me through things in that time. And I liked that song for that. And in doing that, some of the other songs that were just included in there, that's why all of a sudden everybody's like, why did all of a sudden 3 songs just come out at one time? Well, it was kind of because I took like all 3 of these from Aaron at the same time. He was like, this one's a good one, this one's a good one, this one's a good one. And so, One Hand in the Wind, it was just, it was another one that I could relate to because of just things that I was going through, just trying to think, not necessarily a breakup, but, and then just obviously anybody that hears Hot Tub, I mean, that's just,
Jesse, we are working towards both Vegas Baby and Hot Tub, 2 of the most requested songs here for Jesse Allen Harris. But first of all, here is One Hand in the Wind, Jesse Allen Harris. How we doing there, Barbara?
Good.
We're doing good.
Yeah, you got Frank Lover on.
Frank Lover.
Yeah. Morning, Frankie.
Hello, Frank. It's been a long time between drinks. Should catch up very shortly, my friend. Give me a call. Get in touch with Barbara. Beamer's online.
Yeah.
Beamer, I've got a friend of yours here. I really, really do.
You love them all.
So, now, I want to talk to you very, very quickly because you've spent a good deal of your time as an emergency services guy, if you know what I mean, in a lot of facets of the volunteer, right through to now being a fireman, and that's an incredible journey in its own right. So I would love to be able to let people know a little bit about your private life like that, if that's all right with you.
Sure.
Nice.
Just growing up, I always loved adventure. I loved excitement. I'd be the one if a wreck happened, people would be like, go, 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 and I'd be pulling over to the side of the road trying to run up to see if there's anything I could do to help. Like, I knew it was a bad situation, but if I could help, And in doing that, finally I realized one time I was like about 17 years old and I pulled up and it was a bad crash, and I realized I don't even know it. Like yeah, I could give them CPR, but they don't need CPR. They need like real help. Yeah. And that's when I was like, I'd be interested in that. So I kind of started pursuing it, dabbling, kind of getting on the volunteer or whatever. And then all of a sudden I got accepted into an academy and placed towards the top of the class. And it was pretty successful in that.
Nice.
And did that for...
hold that thought, because I actually would love to be able to have our listeners hear that. Right now we're just doing a private thing on Facebook, but really I would love our listeners to hear that. Then I'm going to approach you about coming down here, down under, and some of the funky things that we do here, and believe me, it's going to be a bit of a news one.
Lonely road to a place I've never been. Only time will tell if it's gonna fly, and how many tears and how many miles it takes for this heart to learn to love again. I got one hand on the wheel, one hand in the wind. One hand in the wind. Galaxy.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 22 away from 12 o'clock, 13 degrees, 2 degrees off our high of 15 today. You know, I think we might actually make it after all. Monday, September the 3rd, and joined coming out of British Columbia and Canada is Jessie Allen Harris. An absolute pleasure to have you with us, Jessie. Now, I think I know people when I meet them. I get a good read on people pretty much straight away. And for you, I found out, a little birdie told me that you've done some emergency services work in the past, culminating now as a fireman. Tell me all about that.
Well, first of all, that kind of explains why I called you sir at the beginning.
Right, I get that. I just thought you were being cheeky and thought I was old.
Just being a kid, I loved it. I loved, like I said, I loved adventure. I loved everything about, just being rough and tumble and But I also had the side of me, being on a farm and stuff, I love to care for animals. I love to care. I even I did a bunch of my beginning stages all the way into my first hand of my vet school, assistant and learning stuff like that. But it was always that way with people too. So I'd be the one, if there was a car wreck, I'd want to run up and make sure everybody's okay. If I could do something, And then I realized one day at a wreck, I didn't really know what I could contribute to what was going on, and I wish I knew more. So I kind of felt helpless, and it happened to me again. And so the second time that happened, I was like, man, this isn't cool. So I started kind of looking into the fire department, doing some things even as a young kid, 19, 20 years old, and then got accepted into an academy, placed pretty well in that, and graduated from that, and worked in the States, in Washington State, as a firefighter EMT, both on a fire engine and in an ambulance. So I got both sides of it. I got to run the fire hose, ran the nozzle, right through house fires. That was, you want adventure, that's adventure. And then, all the way down to being in some of the most horrific wrecks. And it was so fulfilling for me though, because there were times that it's like, man, we really did help someone. We really did, was able to give something back to somebody. And I ended up actually even working for over a year on a trauma team in the emergency room in the hospital as well. They use a lot of my emergency service training, in that aspect as well. So I've always just loved being able to connect with people, and I try to take that into my music too. I want to make sure I have that connection. I have that somehow they remember me.
I have a great deal of respect for you. I really, really do. And I can relate to what you were saying. I used to be a towie once upon a time, and a lot of wrecks and everything like that, and you see some horrific sights. And literally sometimes you can actually be one of the first on the scene before even the emergency services get there. And you can feel like a headless chicken, really, sometimes, because your empathy for the people just goes right out there, but you don't know what the hell you're doing, so you don't touch, if you know what I mean. So I respect you for what you do. A good friend of ours, also coming out of America, his name is Weston Simonis, is a volunteer fireman and has been through the recent fires in America right now. And I think he's still got about another couple of weeks service to go. So believe me, I have every respect for everybody who does that. But in Canada, isn't there a particular group of absolute nutters that just jump out of aeroplanes into flames?
Oh, yeah, there's...
the smoke jumpers.
I always showed up in a vehicle.
I was going to say, we know that you climb in the ranks, but my God, we don't want you doing stuff like that, for sure.
No.
Absolutely not. I think you're safer on a stage, to be quite honest, and that's where I prefer to see you. Now, you have influences like Johnny Cash, for instance, and Jason Aldean, Randy Houser, and of course Hank Williams. Did you grow up listening to these guys?
Totally, and it was, from the very first, when country music for me, I was like, man, I would say is when some of Jason Aldean stuff started coming out, and I just thought, like, oh, what is he doing? Like, this is killer. And just to see, just like that, I don't even really know if I can explain it and do it justice. It's such a flavor of, like a country rock power chords on the guitar type, just the drummer just, beating the hell out of it. But controlled, not out of control music. But yeah, and then you get something just as smooth as Randy Houser singing like a cowboy. It's like wow.
Exactly. But having said that, though, you're also associated with good friends of ours like the Washboard Union.
Correct, yeah.
I see that reflection.
I just opened for the Washboard Union in July, and that was fantastic. That was a bucket list. That was a dream.
Well, I tell you what, I can see you actually doing a bit of work with another band that we know too, called the Roadhammers, in the very near future. I can see something like that coming up, and believe me, quite frankly, I know Clayton's going to hate me for saying this, but sometimes even the curtain raisers outshine the stars, don't they? Oh dear, he's not going to go for it. He really isn't. So, this is a good segue right now, while we get a little bit of pregnant air, to discuss maybe, because of the amount of requests we get for you, for the amount of response that we're getting from everybody around the world, and believe me, there's places like Latvia right now tuned in, listening to us, love that place, really love that. Latvia, good on yous. Even Finland. Got to ask though, do they make fins in Finland? No? Do they make Ires in Ireland? Guess what they don't make here in New Zealand?
Yeah.
We have nothing to do with the alphabet. Anyway, I want to talk to you about the possibility, Jesse, of getting you down here, down under, in New Zealand, in front of New Zealand audiences. I think, quite frankly, they're just going to absolutely adopt you. How would you feel about coming here?
I would love that. I would very much so love that.
Absolutely, and you know something, we may even share you with that other island over there called Australia.
That'd be cool. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, cool. I hope that Natalie's not, she's still watching. Okay, keep the Australian jokes to myself today. With respect of a medalist, an Olympian, yeah, absolutely, we'll do so. I'm being told off, no Australian jokes today. We're not allowed to say things like, we'll throw you off a bridge. We have a thing here in New Zealand we call bungee jumping, and we would love to do that with you. But you see, Jesse, not being Australian, I'm not allowed to say that either. You see, Jesse, normally I would say to you, we will attach the bungee. I've just been demolished in my ear. I'm sorry, Australia. But we do have a bit of fun with Australia, so I've got to be honest with you, Jesse. At the same time, Jesse, now's a good time to ask, are you in for something a little funky, maybe a bit of wild food, maybe? I know you fish, I know you hunt, I know you're a backdoors boy, but would you be in for trying something a little crazy?
Like what?
Have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
A what?
A hoo-hoo grub. Now, not a hoo-hoo as you're thinking, but a hoo-hoo grub.
No, I haven't.
Okay, right, let me explain this. You've heard of a caterpillar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a caterpillar on steroids. It's like a double-decker bus. It's huge. It's white. It's got a black head, right? Now, you put the live body in your mouth and bite off the head. Don't eat the head because it's yucky. But when you crunch down on this particular body, it tastes like creamy peanut butter.
I don't know about that, man. I'll try it.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to it because I've got it on video now. I'm going to really hold that to you when you come down here. But seriously though, you've really got to look at the guy next to you that's handing you a bowl of live food and saying, go ahead, don't you?
Yeah.
I tell you what I'll do, I'll send you an instructional video. I'll get Barbara to send you something on the Hoo Hoo Grub. You can make up your mind between now and coming down here whether you want to participate, because believe me, it is quite a mind-blowing challenge, to be quite honest. But as I say, we also do things like the bungee jump, the big swings down the bottom of the South Island, even go for yacht rides through the harbour of the Hauraki Gulf, which is the harbour of the biggest city we have in Auckland here. So we will entertain you and expect you to entertain us right back.
Perfect. Fair enough.
I love this idea. So keep in touch with Barbara. She's with Aurora Entertainments, and of course she's the manager of that and brings bands into the country. I've got to let you know though, it's solely the reason why we bring big names into the country, and you sir are going to be a big name, is to get some of the local New Zealand talent on stage as well and start exposé, teaching them how to do it big style like yourself, and sending them offshore knowing that they know what they're doing. Polished, you know what I mean?
I do. Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's a hand-in-hand thing. You never know. Some of the people that we get you to work with may end up doing a tour with you over in Canada and America.
That's right.
You know, so it's a contra thing. It's a contra thing, that's for sure. And it's all about having fun and good music, don't you think?
I agree. Totally, 100%.
Now,
Bonding.
Now I've got to cut in with you here because we have got to what I call the pinnacle. I can't separate these two because the requests are almost identical. One is 3,100, one is 3,010. This one being 3,010 requests for Vegas Baby. You've got to tell me all about that.
So Vegas Baby. That was the very first single I ever released. I released it on the day of that August 6, 2016 that I did my very first show. And have you ever been to Vegas?
Yes, I have. In fact, I was arrested there.
Perfect. So you listen to the song, and there's not much in that. Like that song pretty much covers everything in Vegas.
You know something? I found some kind of relationship with that particular song because, believe me, there is a story about Vegas and me there that I will tell you one day. And believe me, it's made me lots and lots and lots of money in the meantime. It really, really has. But I will let you know off air. But Vegas Baby, yeah, absolutely, I can relate to it. I really, really can.
Yeah, it's one of those songs that's just so fun. You know, I think everybody can relate to it. You know, I'll be on stage and singing in certain parts of the song, and you know, you see people singing along to it, and it's just like you can almost see like the connections of like, oh yeah, like you can see them shake their head, sing about that part of the song, and it's like, okay, well they obviously know that we're there in Vegas because you know they're just looking like they're living in the moment, right? And it's just so fun to see. It's so fun to see people sing your music back and actually get into a song. And thank you so much to all the Galaxy fans for requesting the music and supporting, and you know, to you, Grant, and Barbara, and just wow, like it's awesome. I'm very thankful.
You know, we work tirelessly for indie artists as much as any other band in the world, if you know what I mean. But maybe more so for indie artists because we absolutely love talent. We love good music. As I said to you, we get about 30 to 50 bands a day. Let me break that down to you. That goes to production with Barbara and everybody in there. They argue for ages, come out with 12 songs. That goes to a board. They come down to maybe 3 a week to do an interview, if you know what I mean. Now, we were literally headhunting you for about 18 months, to be very honest with you. And so we feel extra love for you here at Galaxy. We really, really do. And so does our audience listening around the world. They have taken to you like crazy. I think it's a great idea to get you down here, down under. I really, really do. But first and foremost, sir, let's play Vegas Baby. Here's Jesse Allen Harris.
Vegas, baby. I saw the Statue of Liberty, the Eiffel Tower, and a pyramid all in one day.
So, Too Hot for the Hot Tub is next, my friend. Now, I got to ask you.
Yeah.
Who the hell was Too Hot for the Hot Tub?
Well, I would say, I'd probably say, it wasn't me.
It wasn't you. Are you being politically correct here now?
See how I can say that, be politically correct.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking, literally, there's a girl in Cairns now. Every interview we ever do, she emails me, she sends me texts and stuff. She listens to everyone, literally. She asks one question only, which I'm going to ask you, but it's basically is, what's your marital status? Now, personally, I think she's looking for a fucking husband. Excuse my language. Because believe me, we've done about 400 or 500 of these by now, my bro. You know, one or two at least. And everyone, I think she's looking for a husband. So my response is she's got to come with a brewery and a boat.
There you go.
Now, I don't mind if the brewery is actually a still, you know. I'm sure you can
Moonshine.
churn something out quite tastily out of that, but she's got to come with a boat as well.
Hi, Paul
That's
from
true.
Left Boy Band.
Paul, nice to have you along, my friend. Excuse my swearing.
I told him off.
I got admonished to I get told off regularly. Can you understand?
There for a second.
Anyway, let's go back to
It was
the
off here.
It was off here.
It's on Facebook,
Yeah,
though.
it's on Facebook.
Yeah.
I apologise to
excused.
everybody on Facebook.
Yeah.
I use the four-letter word like work. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Glad to have everybody along, 4 away from 12 o'clock. Yes, I know we're going to go over time. I'm not worried about that. 14 degrees, we've only got a degree to go. I'm sure we're going to make it too. Monday, September the 3rd, and absolutely loving this interview with Jessie Allen Harris. Now, Jessie, I want to talk to you very, very briefly about what we have here with that particular song. We've put that on our website in Indie Vision, which is basically the hot videos of the week, and we've added that to it. We added that to it yesterday, and we have been getting a blitzkrieg of people following it. We really, really have. I love the video, but I've got to ask you, Too Hot for the Hot Tub, when are you doing the video for that?
I've been debating that because it's hard every time we come up with ideas for it. It's like, man, is that going to be politically correct?
Well, I got to be honest with you. I kind of feel that it is an absolutely stunning topic. I've seen you perform it live. I really, really have. But just wondering, now this is a good segue because we do have a young lady coming out of Cairns, Australia that keeps insisting to ask me the one simple question is basically, Jessie Allen Harris, what's your marital status?
I have a girlfriend.
Right, so she's going to be in the video, right?
My girlfriend?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a happy wife is a happy life. You know what I mean? If you're going to go down that road, you've got to include the wife for sure, the girlfriend.
But I don't know if she'd want to be in that one. I don't know about it. I think she'd want one a little bit more slower, more romantic, maybe not the hot tub.
So there's a bit of a negotiation to go on here.
Yeah.
You know, I absolutely love the song. Now tell me all about it. Where did it come from?
So, this song, when we were sitting there together, like with my mentor here and trying to get together, like, okay, things were going really good for me. Live show was great. selling shows out, playing in the States, playing in Canada. We'd have sell-out shows both places. We could go further down in the States, sell it out, go further up towards the Okanagan in Canada, sell it out. Things were going really good. Live show was really good, getting booked for big festivals, and it was like, okay, we needed a song that was going to be, this is going to be a good song, our next, like, for this summer festival this season. And, yeah, my good buddy Aaron Goodman's like, listen to this. And I kid you not, I listened to it and I was just like, that's it, that's done. And I write a lot of, music and stuff like that too, but I think when you have people who are writing smashes and you can get that and build off of that, I think everybody needs to know their market too. And I'll forever be thankful for him for trusting me with this song. And it's taken me places that I never dreamed to be. I don't know if you've seen today, the nominations come out for the BC, the CMAs, Country Music Awards, and I'm nominated in 5 categories this year and going into the second round of the ballot. And I didn't campaign, I didn't nothing. I had no idea. I didn't even know I was in the run. I didn't even think I had a chance for anything. And I seen people see stuff pop up. Hey, this is. And I just thought, it's not. I'm not there yet. And then all of a sudden today, you're nominated for 5, and it's just the people, like my friends and peers and legends that I'm even in the categories with. It's humbling, man. I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words for that.
Well, I've got to congratulate you. Yes, I did see that you were in there for 5 different categories, and we knew 18 months ago, we knew this day was coming. We really, really did. And we know that you're with people like me and mate, for instance, Sean, a good friend of ours, even Hillside Outlaws are good friends of ours as well, and hope to meet up with Emily Taylor Adams very, very shortly. But we know, we have that vision a long time ago that Jessie Ellen Harris was going to absolutely clean it up. We feel this is the one, Jessie. We think this is the doorstep that you need to go through to be able to make it as a legend that you are going to be.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me.
Well, you know something? Without further ado, sorry, it's going up another 100 actually. 3,200 requests for Too Hot for the Hot Tub. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Here's Jessie Ellen Harris.
We have Alex Ryder.
Alex?
Yeah.
Really?
Cool.
Hey, girl, how are you? Nice to have you with us, my friend. When are you coming back to have a chat to me? Well, I'll see you soon, really. Still play your Stevens too, by the way. Jessie, you okay there, my bro?
What's that?
Are you okay there?
Oh, I'm doing good, yeah.
Nice. So we're going to wrap it up after this, but don't go away because literally I know Barbara, she's going to want to do a little video thing that we can put as a shout out on our website. Now people,
Oh, for sure.
let's put it this way, we've had up to 11 million people actually on our website at one time, but that was New Year's Eve. But on average between 4 and 7 million people per hour come and go, They don't just go to the stream and just sit there and be happy. They actually have a look through our website, if you know what I mean. They get nosy. And I usually like to put a shout out on the front page so that, hi, this is Jessie Ellen Harris, they go and research who Jessie Ellen Harris is, you know what I mean?
That would be awesome.
Well, a little bit of cheap advertising, but still it's effective. It really is. It's like wearing somebody's shirt.
Right, it's true.
Actually, to be quite honest with you, I'm wearing this one for a reason. Yeah. I'll tell you all about that off air. Won't I, Barbara?
Yes, you will.
Yeah, I will. I promise. is our girlfriend still online?
Yeah, Natalie's still here.
Nice.
I actually met Natalie when she came and was a speaker at Avon once, and we had fun. She's a real character.
Nice.
So I have met you.
Very, very cool.
We must catch up. I'll get an interview.
Yeah. Tell you what, get in touch with Barbara and Natalie. Would love to talk to you. Really would. Anyway, let's go back to the desk.
Yeah, this is an awesome song. Love it. Here he is.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 4 after 12 o'clock. It is 14 degrees downtown, only a degree off our high, 15 degrees. Yes, I know I'm over time. It's Monday, September the 3rd, but I'm going to make the most of it, okay? Just telling the staff where they're at. Now, at the same time, Jesse, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. But before we go, it's just about turning into wintertime feel over there now. Have you got any festivals that you're just winding up for the summer?
I just came off of playing pretty much every weekend since May, and this weekend is the first weekend that I didn't have a show, and just taking it deep now. And then, like I said, I'm taking the next 2 weeks off, and then I go back. I hit the studio, recording brand new music, and I will have a brand new single out to radio in October.
Nice. Now, at the same time, we did hit you up for a premiere of your new work. So we would love to be able to have you come back again, be it just one song. We would love to be able to do a very, very quick interview with you, or even maybe go through again some of your albums and everything that you're going to be doing in the future. Looking forward to receiving some swag off you as well. We'd be very, very honoured, and I will wear anything you give me with pride. Absolutely, I really would. But we would love to have you come back again in the very near future. We are going to be watching you, and we know, we're not going to wish you luck. We know you're going to clean it up at the BCCMAs. And if not, I'm going to have a deep, deep conversation with the Pope on why. Okay? But we feel you and people like Beamer, of course, Ben Click, me and mate, you guys have got it in the bag. You really, really do. And we wish you all the luck in the future with your new recordings and everything like that. We'd be honoured if you would come back again.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much.
It has been our pleasure. That's Jesse Allen Harris coming out of British Columbia right here at Galaxy.